Welcome to the BEEVisio training. Copy, or we can just take the pipe by selecting it, but we can also work with the window. There are two ways to work with the window. Either I move from left to right, then all items within the window will simply be selected, not the components that I've cut or that aren't completely within the window. Conversely, if I now move from right to left, all items that are within the window, including those I've cut, will be selected. So that includes the vertical pipe as well. If I move the cursor like this and the pipe isn't completely inside the window, the pipe won't be selected, unless I move it completely inside, in which case it will be selected. Of course, I can also use Control A. That means this also comes from the office. Control A means select all. Then I've selected them all. You can see it here too. The components are now all selected here. I can now create an assembly from this. The quick access toolbar is up there, but there's also a direct control here. Create new assembly. I've now created the assembly. I'll turn on my tribal. I'm going to move my component using the right mouse button. That is, select the axis, right-click, disable snap, and then if I use the left mouse button, I only have the move function. With the right mouse button, I have a wide range of options including move, copy, but also copy, link, or create pattern. We'll now copy here and simply enter a value of 1000 millimeters and say, OK. And now I can leave the tribal as it is, because the items I've got at the moment don't match up. They're facing the wrong way now. So I'll leave and now take this axis, and I'd now like to pivot everything once. So basically, I'll press the control button once and pivot the arch 180 degrees per group. And I've now switched tribal off again. Now I have two opposing joints, vertical pipes. Now I'm going to go inside the pipes and position myself the pipes in. They always end up automatically on this side, where I place them. It automatically slots into the joints via the magnetic point, exactly 30 millimeters, perfectly rectangular, and at right angles, so that the orientation is correct. I can see that over here too. They line up exactly. They're perfectly centered. Now I can adjust the pipes. I'm going to change the length of one of the pipes. Click once, click again, and a length adjustment point appears. I can do this on either side. In this case, I only need to change it on this side. Over there, the length is already perfectly aligned. Here, I can now right-click and select 2 point, and then I have the length. And then I could now say, I'll use the arrow key to move the cursor to the right and type +30. Then I'll have the length entered. Another way would be that I go press the Alt key to jump straight to the pipe. Then I'm always taken straight to the point of change in length on the pipe. Right-click and select to matching magnetic point. Then click on the pipe's outer surface here, and it will automatically, the end magnet point of the pipe is always aligned with the next magnet on the joints. And that one was simply placed here, 930 millimeters from the end face, and the pipe's length adjusts to fit exactly. I can now do the same thing at the top as well. I can also select several pipes if they're exactly parallel and the same length. I could hold down Alt and, using the Shift key, select a second pipe, and then right-click. Select one, choose the appropriate anchor point, and select the joints. And as you can see, the pipes have been cut to exactly the right length. I can check this again, but you can see here too that they're all 930 millimeters. The components, which we can now see, we can also select them again using Ctrl A or via the window. Let's turn them into a single assembly. I can also view and open the assembly at any time to see what components are contained within those assemblies. I can also split an assembly at any time. That means I can also break this one down again, or use the quick access control up here to open it again. I can also reopen the whole assembly here, so it's possible at any time. I can also move components from one assembly into another if I want to. Let's say, for example, I want to select these components that are horizontal because it makes more sense to me, as I might rotate them that way more often. I could actually create assemblies like that too. Now I have 3 pipes that are horizontal, and the 2 pipes are independent of each other. But I can also select all of that again in principle and say, I'll make an assembly out of this as well. And then I'll switch Triball on again. Right-click and select Copy here. And here I have my window. The 2-page elements, we could already use these now if we were to say we're going to build a continuous frame with them, just as it was already set up in the sketch on page. We're making a base frame at the bottom. In total, we have 3 levels inside each with 2 tracks. Finally, we'll add a diagonal brace and close off the top of the frame. That's the aim. That means I have to close the frame at the bottom first. We can also fit the drive sleeve in now. Then I'll close the frame at the bottom first. To do that, I'd have to refit or replace the joints. I'm swapping, I'll scroll down using the scroll wheel. Instead of the number 1, I need the GA2. I swap them by selecting an item, not the whole assembly, just a single item. Once I've got that, you can see that too. Here's an assembly, because it's yellow again. It's another assembly, and now again. So now I have a single item. I can also do this by going straight to a component using the Control key. Then I can go through all the assemblies without having to click 3 or 4 times. Just once. Quick, quick, right. And to swap it, hold down the Control key and drag the GA2S onto it. It's being swapped now. It's now facing the wrong way. So I'll select the item again, switch on Triball, select the pivot axis, hold down the Control key and pivot until I've got it facing the right way. Tap the Control button, move up to the joints. That's the right direction now, it's sorted. I'll do the same over here. Press the Control button, move up to the joints, swap GA2S, triball, select the swivel axis, hold down the control button, swivel once, switch off the triball, place the control button on the components, switch on triball, select pivot axis, press the control button. I suppose I did that wrong because I don't need to pivot just yet. I just need to swap them. Tap on it, swap. I don't need to pivot at all. Next, I'll bring the pipes back in again. That means I'll select the pipes here and here. I can use the Alt key to access the length adjustment, but I'll use the Shift key to add a second pipe. That means Alt key for one pipe, then press the Shift key as well. Hold down Alt and Shift, then add the second pipe. Both are now selected, and the length adjustment point is active for both. I right-click on one, say, to select Snap to Magnetic Point, then use the left mouse button to select the control. Snap to Magnetic Point, enable it, then click on the outer surface of one of the joints. Then he looks for the magnet, or the point where the length changes here, that point, and it moves into it automatically. And I have a length. I can see it straight away when I look at the measurement. The 1130, that's a straight measurement. That's always a sort of personal check. If, in principle, both perpendicular pipes have a straight dimension, then the pipes must also have a straight dimension. That means that when I draw up a parts list at the end and look at the pipes, then all the pipes, apart from perhaps the diagonals, should actually have a straight dimension, provided I've designed it correctly. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next BEEVisio training.